Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, what do you think this is? Well, it's green, little flowers on it, and it really has no flavor, no smell at all. Well, this is Tawa Tawa, Tawa, and this is found all over the world. Anywhere that has a climate where anything will grow, other than in the Arctics, it will. It's growing. It's growing in my yard. It's a weed, and it's pretty amazing. And it grows in different places. It's in United States, India, Asia, Japan, Australia, Africa, worldwide. Sometimes it's called asthma plant, and your Latin name is Euphorbia, Euphorbia hirta. Hope I got that right. Other names are pill-bearing spurge, garden spurge, hairy spurge, and in Hawaii, coco kahiki, coco kahiki, and other names around the world. And it grows in vacant lots in your in between your flowers and in your vegetable garden, and it's coming up everywhere. It has a lot of seeds, so it kind of goes crazy. So you got to pull it out all the time. I do anyway. And for the most part, the leaves and the stems are used, and they were really great the way of healing lots of different challenges in the body. Yeah, it lowers blood pressure. Yeah, it does this in a different way because it's an anti-diuretic, and so it doesn't work in a natural diuretic way that most uh, ways of lowering, most herbs and most even medications work to lower blood pressure. It's an anti-diuretic, so if you suffer from drinking too much coffee or becoming too dehydrated or drinking too much alcohol and you need to keep some water in your body but you're dehydrated all the time, then this will has tannins and other compounds to reabsorb the electrolytes and keep water in the system. It's just the opposite of what most people want. PMS times, or eat a lot of salt, you want to get rid of all that water. But this is an anti-diuretic. It's also a powerful antibacterial and antifungal and anti-amebal agent, yeah, amoeba agent. And so if you have fungus going on, it can also be used for athlete's foot and works really great for that and all kinds of skin growths and that type of thing. It You can take and boil the fresh leaves, about 50 grams of it, and in 4 cups of water for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then drink 3 to 5 cups a day, and that will help with the bacterial infections, the fungal infections, and the amoebal infection. The GI tract, it's really great for the GI tract. It calms and soothes the GI tract and puts an end to diarrhea. So if you have diarrhea, you want to get rid of it really quick, then good old Tawa Tawa. It's around everywhere. You've got it in your backyard. I know you do. Also, it's a relaxing agent and it soothes away anxiety and stress. And take 50 grams of fresh leaves and boil it up, and take 4 cups and drink that over about 5-10 minutes, and then drink another 2 or 3 cups throughout the day, and that will help with stress and anxiety. It increases platelet production, and there's not a lot of things that do that. And if you have some process going on where your platelets are low, then you need to think about taking some Tawa Tawa. And a study was done in the Philippines showing an increased platelet production by 194%. That's something or what? Then steep 1 teaspoon of the dried leaves in 1 cup of hot water for 10 to 15 minutes, and drink at least 2 or 3 cups a day. And I've had a lot of people come to me with low platelets. That causes bleeding disorders, and they start doing the Tawa Tawa Tea, and in no time, they are really doing well. And it also helps with dengue fever. You know, if you have dengue, boy, it's not a nice thing. It's like going through a cold or a flu. You feel like your body's being crushed. Not good. And one of the big problems with dengue fever is your platelets go down. So taking this during the first 24 hours and up to 3 days at the beginning stages of dengue can help with increasing the platelets in your blood. They're really great. It's also a bronchodilator, and it helps with asthma and bronchitis. So if you have any problems with breathing and you need to open up those lungs so you can breathe easy, and this is something that's free. It's growing all over, so it'll really help. Skin problems, you know, the sap on this. If you break off one of these, you get a white sap. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little white sap on that, and if you put it on your skin, it actually turns blue, and it really helps for treating wounds, boils, warts, fungi, and rashes in general. And also the powder can be used on open wounds to keep it from getting infected, and really does a great job also. And you can take this and dry it up. You put it in your dehydrator or stick it outside on the fence, let it dry up, and from there, you know, put it in the food processor, chop it up, make a powder out of it, and you keep it around for a long time. And keep it in a cool, dry place in a tight-fitting jar. Also, does great for oral ulcers. If you have some kind of sore in your mouth, and just gargling with some Tawa Tawa tea will really do the job and get rid of that. It should not be used for long periods of time, and I recommend anywhere from 7 to 10 days maximum, and then should not be gone back to for quite a while. Now, not the typical week. It can cause problems with the liver and the kidneys. It's very strong, so it's a short-term herb, and some of them are. This is very good for having around. It's not a bad herb in any way, shape, or form, but it should only be used in short periods of time. And so I recommend maybe even 24 hours, and sometimes up to 5 or 6 days, especially with things like platelet production or dengue fever. Very short time with dengue fever, in fact, only 2 or 3 days. And you can find it in fresh herb in your yard, of course, and the teas and capsules and powders, and you can find it on eBay, and you can find it on Amazon, and if you Google buy Tawa Tawa capsules, it'll come up. If you Google buy Tawa Tawa tea, it'll come up, and lots of places sell it. And so it's really available to anybody just about anywhere. It's like I said, it should only be used for like anywhere from 2 to 3 days up to 7 to 10 days at maximum. So I recommend that you do that. It is a great herb to keep around for all kinds of different problems. And if you have asthma, if you have bronchitis, if you have low platelet production, this is a great one. We also have to look at, why am I having this challenge going on in my body? And I have to say that 99.9% of them usually come back to some kind of poor diet. And going to my diet, www.paulhaider.com, that's PAULHAIDER.com, and clicking on the upper right hand corner, it says My Diet. And you follow that exactly, you're going to be extremely healthy. I just had a man tell me the other day on YouTube, I've been doing your diet for 5 or 6 years, actually 6 years, and I used to take 6 medications, and now I don't take any at all, and I am really healthy, and I also have to have a positive frame of mind, and like you said, and I am doing really great, and I wanted to thank you. So That's a testimonial to what diet can do. Uh, Even Hippocrates talked about, let thy food be thy medicine be thy food. And he said all disease starts in the gut. So it's really important that we really take a look at what we're eating. I think on the average, most people just eat whatever comes in front of them. My mom has a saying, "What's for dinner?" My mom said, "What the little boy shot at," and he said he missed today, so we're having leftovers. Okay. So we really need to look at what we're eating, and especially eating greens. The greens are life-giving. We now know, this is science, that when a leaf, let's say a leaf here, in this Tawa Tawa, light comes in, they actually comes into this little leaf here, and it absorbs those photons. And when we take it in, it actually goes into our system, and this is science now. Those photons are released into our body. We are people of light. There's no doubt about it. And people have thought about this in physics and that type of spiritual thing for years, for thousands of years, that we were light beings. But I can tell you right now, we are. We need that light inside our body because we need to eat lots of greens. In fact, I had a lady yesterday from Africa, and she was eating nothing but boiled rice and boiled yucca or cassava root. And she was wondering why she was coming down with diabetes. And boy, not good. We had to get those good greens and those beans in there. And if nothing else, those are the two most important things. If you look at my diet also, you can see that if you take a plate, the average is half the plate is greens, 1/4 of the plate is beans, and 1/4 of the plate is some kind of carb like brown rice or kiva or oatmeal or something like that. And to stay away from wheat, barley, rye, and spelt, because those are all totally highly inflammatory, and especially wheat. And the wheat is a monster now. We have 300 times the amount of gluten in wheat now, and it's all monoculture, and our body doesn't know what to do with it, and it starts breaking down the lining of our gut, and from there it starts breaking down our nervous system. It actually goes in to attach and start going in and causing problems with our neural net. And that means every single cell in our body is going to have problems. And because our nervous system attaches to every cell in our body. And then we can end up with 1,000 different symptoms. And that's not even going into the fact that we have glycophytes or, terrible chemicals. Average food, average veggie, average grain, average fruit has 6 cancer-causing agents in it, 12 hormone-disrupting agents in it, and 10 other chemicals which are causing destruction in our body, and which is not good. We need to eat organic. Organic is the normal way. Back in the 50s, we had no other way of eating. We all ate organic because, we had farm animals. The animals, defecated. We composted that. We put that back on the plants that we were growing, and we ended up with this ecosystem, this cycle of natural process. And our soils were good and full of lots of healthy bacteria, which ended up making healthy plants, and those healthy plants made us healthy. So we got to go back to this natural cycle, and putting nitrogen on plants is really not the answer. We are killing off the good bacteria in our soils, and so we need to go back to a more long-lasting, earth-friendly way of dealing with life. And we can do it. There's no doubt about it. We have the capabilities, we have the knowledge now, and we have the way of going to a simpler way. We have to go simple. And we recycle just about everything. Plastic, paper, cardboard, glass. I reuse and repurpose just about everything. And I ask that you will also. We got to save this planet. And the only ones that can do this is the ones we see looking in the mirror. So I ask you to check out good old Tawa Tawa, which is growing in your backyard. And try it for like dengue, try it for platelet production, try it for stress, and it will do your body good. I guarantee it. Have a wonderful day. I love you. If you care to get a hold of me, down below, hit show more, my email address, my Skype address, and my phone number is there, and my consults are always free. And love it if you would subscribe. That makes me happy all the time to know that you like what I do. And tell other people, because this is a homegrown project. So and if you really care to make a donation, I really appreciate that greatly. It takes a lot of time and effort. Also, if you Google about me, you'll see I have about 5,000 articles out there. So take a look and see what you like. Have a great day. I love you.